a fragrance? You want to use it as a cleaning agent? You want to make lemonade out of it? Sure.
Here's another one. Okay. MBTI types when playing Uno. So an INFJ, okay, an INFJ will destroy you, but an INTJ has now become an evil Uno master.
No, I lose a lot of my Uno matches, so I can't really relate to that.
No, but if you win, it says here, I think that if you win, you'll definitely become an evil Uno master.
Maybe.
So for me as an INFJ, I am more creative, insightful, inspiring, convincing, decisive, determined, passionate. I don't really think I'm determined though.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Here's how we should look at it. You are determined, just not in most conventional ways. Right? You are determined in certain ideologies, certain philosophies, and yeah, you are determined in those senses. But what society typically sees determined as like your work, your studies, those kind of things. So it's arguable. It's arguable.
Yeah.
Decisive?
I guess so.
No. You're not really that decisive. You do ponder a bit, but because you are determined, you kind of know where you have to go.
Yeah.
Even if it's stuff that we don't agree necessarily.
I mean, we try to understand each other.
We do understand each other.
Yeah. But not all the time though. Sometimes
we agree to disagree at least.
Yeah. But we kind of respect the difference. That's for sure.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
We have to.
And for an INFJ as a friend, so I love deep and meaningful conversations.
And hence the podcast.
I'm gentle and reserved, patient, send lots of songs. Okay, maybe not to you all, but my kind of like my love language is kind of like that, indirectly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then gives great advice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Deeply caring and empathetic, does regular checkups on their friends. I think the give great advice is like.
I think we generally give good advice.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
At least how we grew up, we do happen to like face a little bit more than the typical population.
Yes, definitely.
But that's a story for another day.
Yeah. That's how we grow.
That's how we grow. We just adapt along the way, and we do give a little bit better.
But for sure, is the love, deep and meaningful conversations is definitely totally my style. I don't like small talks. I think you realize I don't like small talks. I hate small talks.
Yeah.
Like a lot. It is just so awkward at times. So like the podcast is definitely gonna be a lot of deep talks though.
Yeah, I think that's basically why we're doing
it. Okay. Also, like, I have no chill. I'm an anxious ball of fire. Do you agree to that though?
I mean, you can just look at the podcast right now and we'll know who's the fire and who's the snowball.
So like, okay, a friendship of an INTJ and an INFJ.
Oh yeah, okay. Then now we'll react to it.
Okay, so you will help me to be more confident. The architect will help the advocate to be more confident.
Do you feel more confident?
Sometimes.
Alright, good.
Sometimes.
It's working. It's working.
And then you will stand up for me and trust me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You encourage me to focus more on myself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that is definitely for sure. And as for me, I will help you to be more trusting. I don't know if that works. If it really does.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Like
how we said. I think at the start of the year, like last year when we first together, as in we first met as classmates, right?
So, last year, I mean, like more closer as classmates. Like we met technically 2 years ago. This is 2021, my dear.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, makes sense.
That time where you came to me to consult about, you know who.
Oh. No. I mean.
Before.
We first met on orientation day of the university.
Yeah.
I mean that was already quite quite established. I would say the friendship was quite established there.
It wasn't for me though. But
Oh, okay.
I guess like I didn't realize it. I really didn't realize it until like later,
Later.
later, which is like a few months after we met for the first time.
Really?
Yes, the turning point. I mean, I kind of have like,
Okay.
okay, like, yeah, this guy is cool with me, is chill with me. And then I mean, like, at some point, people even thought we're dating. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
what?
I think that was the first month itself. People already thought we were dating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And was it the first one?
our advocate here already broke down the first 3 weeks.
For real?
Yeah, you did.
For over what? What did I broke down over? I don't remember.
Over some friends.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, then you were like, you want to talk about it? I'm like, yeah, sure. We can just head out and we'll talk about
Oh, it was during kind of like back when we still had physical classes.
it. Yeah, exactly.
And then I was like, bro, I need to talk.
Yeah, exactly. Then I was like, yeah, sure. We can talk.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Yeah, that's why I was a bit like, oh, okay. Took a longer. I mean, fair.
Goldfish memory be like. But yeah, I remember now. And then after that, we were like closer. But then it didn't really hit me that
Yep.
we are this kind of like quote unquote compatible as friends with each other
Yep.
until you remember that time where we had
We had a lot of
online
talks.
classes. The first time was when you asked me about
Relationship stuff.
relationship stuff, and that was when I was like, wow, we're quite similar, to the extent I talk so much about you at home because I was like, damn, it's so hard to find someone of the same like thinking, ideology and stuff and everything. And I told my mom, because I don't really have close friends.
Yep.
Like my mom doesn't know all my friends. Like I do tell her, but then she doesn't remember them. They're not.
Yeah, I'm that friend that
impactful.
people's parents would remember. I'm already used to that, but yeah, thank you.
And then my mom was like, "Oh, this kid is not bad, huh?" And I was like, meh. I'm sorry, dude. I can't defend you, but then it's like, yeah, I kind of agree with my mom because
I'm not bad. I think that's good enough.
Yeah, but I mean, when we talk, we definitely can relate to some stuff, lah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think for some context, we are definitely not dating.
No.
I think but basically we are both relatively aware that we are good with where we are because we know what we want.
Definitely.
I mean, I've seen her with her situation. She's seen mine, and
we have seen each other in each other's situation.
But we are
relationship situation.
But we are aware of what we want in a relationship, and we know like, okay, this is a friendship, but it's a really cool one at least.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, like you said, I'm just comfortable where we are.
Yeah.
And it's just like this sibling thing also lah.
Yeah, it's a sibling. It's a sibling thing.
Because, okay, for some context, he's younger than me. So I'm born in 00 and you're born in 01.
Yep.
So I'm older than him by like more than a year. Year plus.
At least that's the chronological that's the chronological age thing.
Yeah, but like for like, I mean, it's just like how we sometimes go to each other for when we have problems lah. And then he'll just be like, I need to talk. Can I come over?
Yeah, I'm not like I'm a thinker from that context. I don't generally express myself emotionally. I never learned about it, especially from an Asian household.
True.
You don't learn about it.
That is true.
And at least in university, I was forced to learn.
Yeah, you were forced to learn.
I was forced to learn about emotions. Yeah, I don't know who else to go to.
Yeah, that you're comfortable, someone who you are comfortable with talking about it.
Yeah,
right?
At least I am comfortable enough to talk with you or to express, and you help me guide. Okay, so emotion kind of works this way, and I have to learn it as a practical thing. He
has come a far way from where he used to be. The first time when he came to me for relationship advice, I was like, bro, this is this not like normal? Or like, isn't this how emotions work? And he's like,
oh no, I have no idea.
Yeah, but for real. But now he knows a lot better on how to handle his own emotions.
Oh, not only myself, because as a skill, it helps you understand people's emotion as well.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
So there are even times where he will tell me how to handle my own emotions.
Yeah, at
Because
least from a thinking perspective. Now,
that is true. That is true. So like sometimes I do have like problems also lah.
yeah, for
And
sure.
then
Everyone has
and
problems.
then I'll be
Yeah.
like telling you
Yeah.
shit.
Shit's real. I mean, life is pretty shitty, so you gotta find someone who knows and can give good enough advice in that.
So in that sense that I support him and makes him feel appreciated. I hope you do feel
Oh
appreciated.
yeah, I do feel appreciated. Thank you.
Wow, okay, that's an achievement. And also I will help you to be more open to new social interactions. No, I think you are
No,
already
no, no.
open to social interactions.
Yeah, I was already open
You
for social.
already are.
I
Like
already
you
am.
are out there socializing with all the lecturers and like
Yep.
doing stuff. Well, I was like, nope, I'm just gonna stay back. Oh,
You're
but
more
I
selective. You're more
no,
selective.
actually I stay back also because of connections.
Yeah, I mean you do socialize, but you're
Mm.
more selective than I am.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I at least for me, I am I do socializing for a very practical reason, a very practical objective. I want the network,
Mm.
right? For sure. And as some people would say, I'm like what plotting something.
Plotting something against the world. Wow.
I mean that is my dream. I want to take over the world, but yeah, there's
Wow.
only so much a little architect can do. So and a little more friends wouldn't hurt now.
Yeah, true,
Yeah,
true,
so
true.
that at least that's why I network, and if people need my help, if I need them help, it's a good
Mm.
world. It's a good world.
True, true,
So
true.
I'm generally more open with my connections, and you're more selective with it.
So like both of our friendship is like the overthinker and an overthinker.
Yeah, we're both overthinkers,
Very, very,
but in
very
different contexts.
large.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like we have a lot of like, but what if? But what if? Don't you agree?
Not only but what if, even and if. Not
we
only
we
but
don't
if
we
and
don't
if
literally say that, but like
the
when the
situation.
situation and the conversation is literally like, but what if kind of conversations.
I can give one example.
What?
Remember the time when I said I hate how Southeast Asians instant noodles, the dry like
Oh, the
imomi set up.
uh-huh.
I hate their packaging. I hate it. Okay, not the packaging like how they design the logo or whatnot, but the sauce packet, right? So
Yeah,
your
I have to agree.
your strips are parallel to your sauce packets, and you're gonna either make your hands dirty, you're gonna make your utensils dirty, like your knife or your scissors. Like, here, it's a very simple idea. You make it perpendicular to it.
Have you seen the Japanese packaging sauce packet? They just
Exactly.
break it and then it's like coming out.
Exactly. It's not an unknown technology. It's already there.
Can we just say like Japan is like living in 2050?
No, no, no. Japan is living in 2021. It's just the rest of the world's not that 2021.
Burn that savage moment. That is where you are like
I
a
am
bit.
very passionate about, like, at least to a degree, these efficiencies or practicalities should not be a problem.
Mm.
This should not be a problem. Like
Mm-hmm.
how world hunger, like that's the dumbest thing humanity, right? Humanity as a
Mm.
whole can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing, but we'll bring that up as another topic for another day.
That's gonna be another episode of our podcast. And okay, another one is we have fun discussions together.
And the podcast.
Yeah, a lot of fun discussions. Like at first we were just like talking about stuff in general, like anything. We just talk about anything.
Okay, we'll start with something mundane in our life as classmates that we naturally have a lot of interceptions.
Yeah,
Then
definitely.
and then we progress on from there.
And
Building
then
on.
the conversation, maybe it's because of me, like the conversation just slowly gets deeper and deeper and then it just goes shoof. And then by the time we realize it, we are like, oh wow, we are already having a deep conversation without realizing it.
Oh, and it feels natural.
Yeah, it just feels so natural that we don't even think that it's going in that direction. I guess that's just like a natural thing for us.
Yeah, it is.
I
It is.
mean, yeah, that's more like, I mean, the only thing that differentiates us is just our T and F. But other than that, we pretty much have like
We have a
similar,
similar thought process,
yeah, like
ideologies,
most of
philosophy. Yeah.
our similar thought process. And
And then the
then,
differences contribute to more ideas. So variety is good. Variety is good.
yeah. Okay, so a bit of more on INTJ.
Oh, you're flattering me. Thank you.
You feel your best when you can be yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You are challenged.
Depends.
I think you do like challenges.
I like challenges, but it depends on what's the outcome like. Like,
Yeah, I mean that would be generally the case.
okay, fine, fine. If as long as it's positive, yeah, a challenge is always good. You're growing, right?
Yeah, and then you are in a free environment. Do you feel it?
Oh
Do you
no,
the best when you're in a free environment?
not necessarily.
Hmm.
Not necessarily. Right.
Okay.
Like how? Okay, how do you define free environment? That's the thing.
I
Like,
guess maybe like when you have no limits, where you have the full control of everything.
okay, if in the context of saying if I have full authority, then yes, yes,
Mm.
as most people can find on the INTJ memes is a common trait that INTJs have is people around me are idiots.
Wow. So am I an idiot?
Uh,
Just be honest. It's okay.
at times, yes.
Okay.
It's not.
It's true. It's true.
It's
Sometimes I am an
sometimes.
idiot.
At least you're not as an idiot as some people are.
We're not gonna name names, okay?
I
It's
mean, we
just
don't. I mean, it's just a general.
general thing, yeah.
Not necessarily. Sometimes we are lucky. At least in our university, I would say I'm lucky enough to be working with good people.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is true. That is true.
And good people are good, right?
Mm,
They are good. They are work.
definitely.
But there are times where you are struck with a situation, and when you see how they work, I mean, not even in university, but places.
In places,
In places
yeah.
in general, you'll be struck with people who do things differently from you.
Mm.
Sometimes you are aware that things are different. It may not be bad, but it comes to you as I'm working with a lot of dumb people around me, and they really trigger me. Especially if when they are attesting to something that you know will not work, and they strongly hold on to that idea. And when things don't work out, I told you it wouldn't work, and you don't want to listen. I'm surrounded by idiots.
I guess some people are just very strong on their
And
opinions and
yeah,
stuff.
and I respect that. Sometimes it's a really good determination.
Mm.
Yeah, I still
I mean,
respect that.
to look at it in a positive way, lah. We want to
Oh yeah,
look
for
at it
sure,
in
for
a
sure.
positive way, but
But with full authority, then if in the case of full authority, yes, then I would have at least a groundwork, I would say, a general groundwork that I can work with, and I know that it will lead to maybe a better outcome, or at least I'm confident enough to say it will lead to a better outcome.
yeah, okay.
Because it's like free groundwork would mean I'm working with what I'm familiar with, and I know
True.
I at least I know my ability to work with
Yes,
people.
yes.
Yeah. So if in that case, then yes.
I mean, it's a common theme among our group of friends, lah,
Yes.
where you do what you're good at.
Yes, you do what you're good at.
You do what you're good at, and leave whatever that you're not good at to those who can do or handle it.
You trust people who have the talent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's just how our good friends work. Like we don't expect you to just like
And
take
it's
over
okay.
or whatever. It's
And
fine. It's fine. You just don't give us more trouble by doing what you're not good at, causing a problem, and then like people have to fix it. You know. I feel like that is a very big pet peeve for me. Like you do not do that. I'm going to give you shit for it. I don't know about you, but that's just me in general.
To some extent, yes. To some extent, but at least I have a backup plan ready. So by the time they do screw up,
Yeah,
I'm like,
that is
yeah,
true.
I
That is true.
yeah, it's okay. Don't worry.
That-
You're an
that's-
idiot.
that's-
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. But I have things settled. I have my plan B ready. I have my plan C ready.
I guess that's just like overthinking. This is like overthinker things, you know. Like we do expect, but then like
Oh, it's
at the
double
same
edged. It's a
time,
double edged sword.
yes, definitely, it's a double-edged sword. It's
Tell that to our
definitely
therapist.
okay. Next one,
Mm.
you feel the best when you feel like you have a purpose. Oh, I feel this too actually.
I think this is I think this is for everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
that
is for
is.
everyone. Next, next.
And you feel your best when you are working towards something. That is also general. Let's face it.
Who made this?
I have no idea.
This is bad. Next.
This is bad. Yeah,
This is bad.
this is kind of bad. But I mean, MBTI is that way. That is just MBTI, don't you think?
I mean, okay, not just MBTI, but let's zoom out. Let's zoom out a bit. Like how most people look
Yeah.
at different tests. There was what was it? The lion, the beaver, that one.
There is.
There is one I remember. I can't recall. I can't recall the name at the moment, but we'll have the name up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
We'll get our.
that's
We'll
that.
remember
And
again.
then you have BuzzFeed. What type of pizza guy are you? What type of fish?
Oh, we
fish
also
person?
have the anagram also. We'll
Yeah.
save. We should save that for another.
Yeah,
episode.
anagrams. And human in nature, we are social animals, right? Yeah.
Definitely.
So we tend to fit better in a group, and these are just things that we find ourselves attached to
Yeah.
naturally, right? People just want to be in groups. We don't live in a tribe anymore. We live in a society. We
That
live
is
in an
true.
ever growing era right now, and one of the few things that at least makes us feel as a group, other than just families, other than friends, romantic relationships and whatnot, is these types of tests. So it does give you a sense of belonging.
Yeah, jinx! Hey! Dude, you see that's how well we match, you know, sometimes.
That's the only time in the podcast we've done that, but okay. More to come. More to come. More to come.
But like generally our ideology is
It's
kind
there,
of
it's there,
similar.
yeah.
Yeah. Just that sometimes I like the T and F thing, I just read into things more. That's it.
I think we both read into things more of just what kind of things.
Yeah. You are
Yes.
more of like the analytical type.
We're both
definitely.
analytical. I mean, you are analytical as well, like how you look between the lines. That itself
different
is,
type of analytic.
into
Yeah.
different prospects. Like, yeah.
Also, not gonna lie though,
Yeah.
I am. Don't you admit that I am like the most logical illogical person ever? Like my type. Because I remember seeing something like INFJs are like the most emotional, unemotional people.
Oh, you mean
For thinkers, we are like too emotional.
yeah, as thinkers, you guys are very emotional, but for even like the spectrum of emotion,
I
people,
am like
you are
the
the most
thinker.
logical one. Yes.
So I'm like the logical and the emotional added together.
Yeah.
That is a kind of weird combination.
I guess you're just, if we think of it as okay, we can't call it a spectrum. The spectrum is not a good way to see it.
Like two ends of it.
Yeah, instead of two, it doesn't do it justice. That's the thing. You can be both analytical and emotional at the same time.
That is true.
It's just, I guess, it's just the comparison when you're with different groups of people. So when you surround yourself with the more emotional group of friends or people who are less thinker types, then yeah, you do come out as much of a thinker, or you're much logical, because by nature you are still a thinker. But when you hop on into another group of people who are more thinking and less emotionally oriented, right? Then you seem more emotional. But that's just, I guess that's just you as a person. And sometimes I don't like to draw spectrums because it doesn't do it justice sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That is actually true.
Yes.
Like, also, fun fact though, I'm not sure if it really does apply that way. But wait, what was I gonna say? The thing kind of slipped my mind.
What? Okay, let's trace back. Were you trying to talk about yourself and talk about me about
I
a
think I was
situation?
gonna talk about myself. I don't remember,
Do
but
you
then
have a
like
situation about it?
I think it was just like some fun fact. I don't know about other types.
Right.
But like I think sometimes you have conflicts Yes, that was what I was going to think. Conflicts between to follow your emotions or to follow your logical thinking. I'm not sure about other types, but for
Okay.
me, apparently for me, that's at least that's what I think. I have trouble choosing between uh logical or emotional sometimes for myself.
Oh,
For
okay.
myself,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but for other people, I don't know how I advise other people though.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's a good question. So let's put it in perspective, or at least in my perspective. Let me lay the groundwork here so I know what I'm working with.
Ah, okay, sure.
Okay. So I mean, this is my playground. So, anyways,
Yeah.
this is my playground. Okay. Think of it this way: humans are conscious beings. We're conscious animals, right? Correct.
Definitely.
We are very conscious of ourselves, and
Mm.
that's where feelings develop.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Where we develop feelings, we also develop thinking and logic.
Mm.
So, to an extent, it would be unfair to only prioritize one over the other because both are important for survival.
Yeah.
Yeah, with emotions, we know that living in a group, nurturing like a mother or a father towards their children, that's advantageous for a society or for an organism as a species, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And being logical is knowing what is best and what is done right to ensure that is done correctly. You don't blindly take care of a sick bear, let's say, if you're a mama bear, right?
Mm.
You don't blindly take care of a sick baby because that baby is contagious, and if you bring it back to your nest or your cave, you're gonna spread that infection, and that's not good. And you gotta be
Mm.
logical sometimes. So you gotta implement. At least what I would say is we gotta implement both your feelings and the logical sense to it. But understanding that emotions is not the ultimate goal.
That is true. That is
Yeah,
actually true. So I think that we can agree on one thing. I don't know. I'm not sure if you really do agree on it. But
careful.
for me, I feel that emotions are the root of most problems.
No.
Like
No, but continue.
I think this is suited for another episode though. But yeah, that's for me lah. For me, that's like the kind of idea. We should like elaborate more next
we
time.
can, we
We
can.
can we can debate this out.
Sure, sure.
We're gonna save this topic on a whole. So yeah, I think, but that's just generally an introduction to how
The
to
podcast,
who we are.
who we are, what to expect of the podcast. Of course, we won't be talking just MBTIs. We are gonna talk more different spectrums, like some of our friends suggested doing about relationships, some about
Ghost
family,
stories. There are
ghost story,
some ghost stories.
religion. Okay, maybe religion, paranormals.
Mm,
Then of course we are doing philosophy and different
definitely.
deep topics and fun topics also.
Yeah,
Every now and
yeah.
then you can all work and no play is no fun.
Yeah, that is true. But disclaimer always, which is like there are things that they are facts, but there are also things that are our opinions, and we are humans, we do make mistakes. So
We're here to share.
yeah, we're
We're
here
here
to
to
share.
learn.
Yeah. So if there's any mistakes or whatever, we are sorry for it, but like do tell us so that we can improve more
We're happy
on
to
it.
hear about it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is our first time making a podcast, so like we're still, learning.
They don't need to know.
But also, we didn't talk much about like our personal lives, but
we're,
maybe
we're
along the way you will get to know more about us. And yeah,
yeah,
that's
we're
just
keeping our lives a little bit private for now.
yeah for now.
For now, we'll see how
We'll
things
see how
go.
things go.
But yeah,
But like there are definitely like some things that will be told along the way. So
whether or not we reveal our identity is another thing.
yeah, but
So
like general like ideas or like maybe like what who we are, like what are we studying, or maybe like
yeah, there are things that you guys are gonna know about,
yeah.
but we'll see, we'll see, we'll
I
see.
mean, there definitely has a limit, right?
There
So
will be a limit to us because we are still we have our own lives, and I
yeah,
think we
definitely.
have our priority in privacy as well. So
Mm.
we'll see. We'll just see how things go, and we'll just work with what we have.
And I guess we'll see you next time.
Again, in TF,
We
we
judge.
judge.
Bye.